Hello, my name is Aryeh, and today I am going to inform you on the dawn of flight and how the Wright brothers conquered the sky. But first off, I want you to imagine a world where it takes several weeks to travel across the ocean by boat, compared to a plane ride that takes half a day covering the same distance. Well, this was the way the world was before the Wright brothers had made an amazing impact. As an active duty avionics technician over the last 5 years and an aviation enthusiast who has researched early flight history, I'm excited to tell you the stories about these pioneering innovators. I had also grew up in Dayton, Ohio, just like the Wright brothers, and as a kid, I grew up in North Carolina. So I understand the environment and the weather that they had to deal with when it came to their research in flights in Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. Through methodical experimentation, a focus on aerodynamic control, and the historic 1903 flight, Orville and Wilbur Wright revolutionized global transportation forever. First, we'll examine their early experiments in life in Dayton, Ohio. Second, we will look at the historic 1903 Kitty Hawk flight. And finally, we will discuss their lasting legacy on global aviation. Let us begin by looking at where the Wright brothers started. The Wright brothers developed the mechanical skills through early research in their bicycle company. They both didn't have formal degrees, but they both possessed curiosity and a fascinating imagination. The Department of Interior states in their April 2nd, 2022 article named The Road to the First Flight that in 1892, the Wright brothers opened a bicycle shop named the Wright Cycle Company. In this company, they had used this to fund their aviation research. During their time with this company, they used bicycle mechanics to understand balance, control, and wind resistance. Now, from bicycles to gliders, the Wright brothers took their ideas to the sand dunes of North Carolina. Years of rigorous testing and unfortunate events culminated the historic flight of 1903. The Wright brothers chose Kitty Hawk, North Carolina for its consistent winds and soft sandy landing surfaces in 1900. They invented wing warping, a method of twisting the wings to control the aircraft's roll and balance. Wing warping initially was a failure to the Wright brothers because it led them to believe that there was false data. So they went back to Dayton, Ohio and created their own wind tunnel to continue to perform advanced research. Tom D. Crouch, author of his biography, The Bishop Boys, A Life of Wilbur and Orville Wright, states in his Britannica publication that on December 17th, 1903, the Wright Flyer, which is the name of the plane that the Wright brothers created for this flight, made the first sustained, controlled, powered flight lasting 12 seconds and covering 120 feet. Now, while the flight lasted short, its impact has lasted over 120 years. The success of the Wright brothers laid the foundation of modern global aviation. They secured patents for their control systems, establishing the baseline engineering concepts used in aircraft today. Their breakthroughs transformed military logistics, global trade, and international travel within a few decades. The Wright brothers proved that their human flight was possible, inspiring generations of aerospace engineers such as Neil Armstrong and Elon Musk. Now that we have covered their journey, let us review their incredible achievements. Today, we reviewed the Wright brothers' early mechanical experiments in Dayton, Ohio. We also explored their historic 1903 Kitty Hawk flight, and we discussed their permanent impact on modern global aviation. The Wright brothers' definition of aerodynamic control and systematic testing successfully conquered the sky and reshaped global connection. Now, the next time that you look at the plane in the sky, remember that it all started with two brothers in Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, sand dunes, who refused to be grounded. Thank you.